Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. So moving on to the next lesson, we said we're going to discuss the amil and ghair amil. So the first part is the fa'al amil. So we're going to discuss the fa'al and the types of fa'al, qiyasi, sama'i, and lazim and muta'addi. We've already covered a lot of this in the skeleton has already been drawn out in the surah, so I don't need to go through the skeleton so much, inshallah. So al-babul awwal, because the khatima has 4 abwab, muqaddimah and 4 abwab. So the first bab is regarding the fa'il. The second bab is regarding the ism. The third is regarding the harf. Sorry, the second is regarding the harf. The third is regarding the ism. And you have the fourth, and then you have the khatima. Okay? So we'll have muqaddimah, al-babul awwal regarding the fa'il, and fa'il is qiyasi and fa'il is sama'i. And we have the rest later on, inshallah. So an-Nahw al-awwal, the first type of fa'il is qiyasi. Can you remember qiyasi? What does qiyasi mean from sughra? It follows a pattern. So in Arabic, the rule for that is وَهُوَ a فعل قياسي ما is that وَهُوَ مبتدا and the khabar is ما له قاعدة مضطردة. This ما is موصولة and this is what? sila. And the sila is made up of a khabar muqaddam and mubtada muakhar. And مضطردة means a general, regular, without exemption. So if a qiyasi verb is ma is that, when you have, remember we did already in the Arabic book, when you have lam or in the muqaddam, it means he has or possesses. So a fa'il qiyasi is that which has, lahu, for it is a qaida muttarida, it has a qaida muttarida. You see the translation? So lahu, for it is a qaida muttarida, i.e. it has a qaida muttarida. So a qiyasi is that verb which has a regular or a general rule which does not have exceptions, meaning it's just standard. What does this mean? Like all verbs behave in a particular way. So every verb which is lazim will have a fa'il. Every verb which is muta'addi can have maf'ul bihi. There's no exceptions. One marfu and the rest is mansub. This is a standard behavior of verbs. Correct? Even if you innovate new verbs, I think I already mentioned sughra the video already. What verbs do we use in sughra the video or examples? That new verbs can be innovated. Okay, remember? So jalasa is a normal verb, and the Arabs use jalasa. But what verbs do we use? What verb do we use that the Arabs never use, the previous Arabs never used, but it still has the same rule? Anyone? Yeah. So for example, what does zawama yuzawim muzawamatan mean? Zawama, to make a Zoom call. Zawama. So the Arabs never used the word zawama, did it? But it's a qiyasi. If you bring a verb zawama, the root letters, and you put it on the bab of mufa'ala to zoom each other, zawama, what will it have? A fa'il, a maf'ul bihi, you can have maf'ul lahu, maf'ul li ajlihi, because it's a standard, it's standard. So anything that you make a verb, it means what? It has the meaning of, it has the same pattern. So it's a qiyasi. Qiyasi verbs are verbs which are just standard, they have a fixed pattern. Even if you innovate a new verb, ta'amraka to Americanize, tafarnaka to become French. So you can, tafarnaja, sorry, not tafarnaja, a fringe, to become French. Yes? So even if you make up words, the Arabs, you have to coin new verbs. If it's a fa'il lazim, it'll have a fa'il. If it's a muta'addi, it will have a maf'ul bihi. So this is muttarida. So every single verb follows the same pattern. Okay? What's the qaida? The qaida of the thing is, وَهُوَ يَرْفَعُ الْفَاعِلَ. It makes a marfu' what? It makes a fa'il marfu' وَنَائِبَهُ. It makes a fa'il and na'ib al-fa'il. So this is fa'il. وَهُوَ the fa'il qiyasi يَرْفَعُ الْفَاعِلَ أَوْ نَائِبَهُ. It will make the fa'il or the na'ib al-fa'il what? Marfu'. هُوَ يَرْفَعُ الْفَاعِلَ أَوْ نَائِبَهُ. It will make the fa'il or the na'ib al-fa'il marfu'. So this is the khabar. This is, let me look at the i'rab of this is going to be what? This becomes the mubtada and this whole thing becomes the khabar. And then it has 2 parts. يَرْفَعُ الْفَاعِلَ وَيَنْسِبُ. You got it? It will make the fa'il or na'ib al-fa'il marfu' وَيَنْسِبُ الْمَفَائِيلَ وَالْحَالَ. It will make the maf'ul, the 5 maf'uls and the hal, etc. mansub. Understood? So this is the rule of a qiyasi verb. And that will be discussed later on, inshallah. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. وَهُوَ قِسْمًا. the qiyasi verbs are of two main categories. What are the categories? Let's go over here again. We have maqsud al-awwal, al-bab al-awwal is in the fa'al. Then you have qiyasi verbs and sama'i verbs. Sama'i verbs, see, it's not come before, but we've done it in the sughra, so we don't need to like pretend we don't know. It's coming up, so we can mention it. What are two qiyasi verbs? Can you remember the two qiyasi verbs? What's it going to be? You have lazim and then you have muta'addi. And then in the sama' you have naqis, madah, and dham, and the ta'ajjub. And then in the naqis you have kana akhawatuha, af'al al-raja, af'al al-muqaraba, af'al al-shuru. So here we're going to focus on this one here now. This is the two qisms. This is the one we discussed today in today's lesson. And fa'al muta'addi will expand on it quite deep compared to the sughra. Yes, is it refreshing, the mind map we done from sughra? Okay? Okay. So al-qism al-awwal, al-fa'l al-lazim. The first type of qiyasi verbs are the fa'l al-lazim. What is the fa'l al-lazim? Obviously in sughra, we didn't define it, we just explained it in English. But now here in the Wusta, we're going to explain what is the fa'l al-lazim. You know what fa'l al-lazim is? Because it was explained in English to you what the lazim was. But we can do the Arabic definition. So وَهُوَ الَّذِي, a fa'l al-lazim is that. Tajawaza yatajawazu means to go beyond, to transcend. So we say here, athar, is it affect or effect? The effect or the effect. Which one is it? What's the verb? Effect, is the E. Yes. That's my student saying it. Yes, if I get it wrong, don't blame me, blame the students that didn't know English properly. So lam yatajawaz atharu fa'ilihi. So atharu fa'ilihi is the fa'il. So a fa'lul lazim is the one whose effect does not go beyond the fa'il to the maf'ul bihi. So for example, you have jalasa talib. Yes? So jalasa goes to talib, but it stops here. Like it doesn't go to, it doesn't have a maf'ul bihi. It doesn't jump past the fa'il to the maf'ul bihi. There's no maf'ul bihi. Yes, this is how they define it. Obviously, this definition has a few question marks as well, but we're not going to go too technical. This is how they define it in some books. We'll stick to this, and you all know what fa'il lazim is because we've done it in Arabic books before. Meaning it is a intransitive verb, it does not carry a maf'ul bihi. So, هُوَ الَّذِي لَمْ يَتَجَاوَزْ أَثَرُ فَاعِلِهِ. A fa'lul lazim is that verb whose effect does not go beyond. Does not go beyond or transcend, surpass. Any of those words will work fine. It does not surpass or go beyond what? It does not go beyond the fa'il to the maf'ul bihi. For example, jalasa talib. So jalasa's effect remains to talib. It does not go to the maf'ul bihi. Understood? Is that clear to everybody? Yes? Okay, so moving on. There is one mas'ala, one important rule. Okay? What's this rule? يتجاوز أثر فاعل الفعل اللازم. This is the fa'il. إلى غير مفعول به. Okay? So, there should be a comma here. Should be a comma. Or it can leave it here. So, the effect of the fa'il, the effect of the fa'il. So we're saying here that the effect, so this is the fa'il here. Yes? So the effect of the fa'il, the subject of the fa'il, so you have a fa'il lazim, meaning an intransitive verb. The fa'il's effect can transgress to ghayr, translate other than. Remember in the Arabic book, if you have ghayr before a noun, it means other than. Okay? So what do you have here? The effect of the subject of the fa'lul lazim can go beyond or transcend or go to the other part of the sentence apart from the maf'ul bihi. مثل المفعول فيه أو الحال. For example, like the maf'ul fi or the hal. So the effect of the fa'il, I mean the fa'il is doing, for example, jalasa. So the jalasa, who's the fa'il? The talib. So the talib's action, the effect, the talib's action, so the effect of the doer, the talib, his action, the effect can go beyond him to the maf'ul fihi or to the hal. It can't go to what? What can't the effect go on to? What does it not have? a maf'ulun bihi. But it can have a maf'ulun fihi, it can have a hal, it can have a maf'ul ma'ahu, etc. So he's saying here that we mentioned in the example, we said in the definition, يتجاوز أثر فاعله لا يتجاوز إلى مفعول به. But it can go to other mafa'il. It can go to the maf'ul fi or the maf'ul ma'ahu or the maf'ul mutlaq. So it's only the maf'ul bihi. So if fa'lul lazim is not allowed to have a maf'ulun bihi, it can have other mafa'il. Are you following? Make sense? Is that clear to everybody? Have you understood the mas'ala? Yes? Yes? So transition one more time. So the effect of the subject of the fa'lul lazim can transcend to other than a maf'ul bihi, like the maf'ul fi or the hal. For example, jalasa talibu amam al-muallim. So in here, jalasa is a fa'il, talib is a fa'il. The jalasa, the action, jalasa, the julus of the talib is going on to the maf'ul fihi. It's also going on to the hal. But it cannot go on to a maf'ulun bihi. Understood? Okay. Yes? Okay. So, ready for some i'rab? What's the i'rab of jalasa? Let's start from the top today. G. So فعل الماضي مبني على الفتح. Good. Next one. We have next word is الطالب. What's the i'rab of الطالب? فاعل مرفوع بالضمة. Good. Next we have أمام. أمام becomes what? مفعول فيه. No, it's not مبني. The harf in jar is mabni, not the maf'ul fi, not the zarf. Remember we said we have two types of shibhul jumla, the jar majroor and the zarf mudaf ilay. So jar is mabni, but not the zarf. The fawqa, tahta, khalfa, these are mu'rab. Are you following? So we want to say it's mabni al-fatih. What are you saying here? Mansubun. Yeah, he said mansubun bil fathati. Is that clear to everybody? So the jar majroor shibhul jumla, the jar is mabni. But in the zarf mudaf ilay shibhul jumla, the mudaf is going to be is mu'rab. So it's mansubun bil fathati. Correct? G. Al-muallimi mudafun ilay majrurun bil kasrati. Good. And then we have muta'addiban. What does muta'addiban mean? With respect, respectfully. So it becomes halun. Halun mansubun bil fathati. Okay, there's only one example we had today, so that was done. Understood? Any questions from anybody? Yes, say hal min al-fa'il, because if you say hal, if you have then which is the hal? Is it the hal of the fa'il, hal of the maf'ul bihi, hal of the... You can have hal of different things, so it's best to say hal of what? So halu min al-fa'il. Say halu min al-fa'il, mansub bil fathati. Good? Any other questions? Okay. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.